Justin Haley, who is Spire Motorsports' one and only Cup Series winner with the team, and who returned to the team this year, well, technically last year, is out less than a full season in. He will get to finish this season with Spire, obviously only 3 races left, but he will not be returning it in 2026. Here's the Spire Motorsports statement. Spire Motorsports Justin Haley to part ways following NASCAR Cup Series season finale. Spire Motorsports and driver Justin Haley have agreed to part ways following the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season finale at Phoenix Raceway. Plans for the team's number 7 entry in 2026 will be announced at a later date. Then the quote from Spire Motorsports co-owner Jeff Dickerson says, "This is a decision that was not taken lightly. Justin has been a member of the Spire family since he was a teenager. We've watched Justin grow from a young driver trying to make his mark in the sport to a proven winner. He helped strengthen our organization into what it is today. He made us winners and returned home after forging his own path in the Cup Series. Justin is the embodiment of a true racer who has quietly become a respected competitor within the NASCAR garage and will be an incredible asset to his next team." This is the situation. We can dive back. We'll look at Justin Haley's second Spire tenure here in a minute, but thinking about Justin Haley just the last 2 years, it's been a really weird last 2 years for Justin Haley. Of course, he was at Colleague Racing for a while. He raced there in Xfinity, got promoted to Cup, got close to winning a couple Cup races, almost won the first Chicago street race, had some good races at Daytona. But ultimately, whether it was a lack of funding, whether he wanted to do something different, him and Colleague Racing ended up splitting. He ends up going to Rick Ware Racing, which was a surprise to many. Of course, Rick Ware Racing, a backmarked team, hasn't had any success really in the Cup Series. Well, Justin Haley, just set the world on fire for Rick Ware Racing. And no, he didn't go out and win races because Rick Ware Racing is not capable of that outside of the super speedways. But Justin Haley did something that the Rick Ware cars had never done. He was getting top 10s. And I don't mean getting top 10s at super speedways. I mean he was getting top 10s at Darlington, at Gateway. Justin Haley at Rick Ware Racing, it was like, wow, this is extremely impressive what he's doing with this backmarker team, getting top 10s at very difficult tracks. And he skyrocketed his own stock and made himself kind of a hot commodity. As a result, it wasn't officially a trade, but essentially a trade happens. Corey LaJoie goes to Rick Ware Racing. Justin Haley goes back to Spire, which, by the way, he won a Cup Series race in 2019. Yes, it was rain shortened, but it's a Cup Series win. He won the Coke Zero 400 back in 2019. So he returns to the team that he won his first race with. And then on top of that, they hire Rodney Childers, one of the best Cup Series crew chiefs that we have. It's looking like a pretty good entry into the season. You got a championship winning crew chief. You got a driver who's pretty solid, who's looked really, really good in the last year. Hey, who knows what this thing can do? Very quickly, it unraveled. When you go and look at the statistics are not good. Haley's 31st. Yeah, 31st in points. He has 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. He's led 20 laps. Nothing impressive there. But when you dig a little bit deeper, this was not a normal year for Justin Haley. This is nowhere near. In fact, Justin Haley might be the only one on that team that's the same. Rodney Childers made it to the 1/4 mark of the season before leaving the team, or they parted ways. He got fired, whatever happened there. The car chief, there was a car chief change somewhere in there. The pit crew got switched to the 5 team, and he got the 5 team's pit crew. Literally every single aspect of that team got flipped at some point during the season. And honestly, I kind of feel bad for Justin Haley. It feels like he never got a fair shot here. And it's simply because of those massive changes that I mentioned. He never had continuity. He never had something to build on. It was always changing. You lose your car chief, and then a couple weeks later, you lose your crew chief. Then a few weeks later, you're losing your pit crew. And then as soon as you are starting to figure things out with one part of the team and adjusting to it, another part gets taken away, and you got to change that. Then another part gets taken away, and you got to change that. And by that point, you're already in the 30s in the points. You're already in a must-win and whatever. And I just felt like he never got a shot this year. Once again, the numbers aren't good. There's no denying that. But when you dig deeper and you look at the fact that every single part of the team got shuffled at some point this season, I don't know. I just feel kind of bad for Justin Haley. I hope he can land on his feet. This is a really late time of year. I don't know what's open. Obviously, he has a connection with Colleague. Could he go race the Colleague Ram truck next year? Could he fight at Xfinity, a truck ride, somewhere else? Cup is pretty much taken up right now, so I don't think that's a possibility. But what is Justin Haley going to do? I don't know. But the next question is, what happens to the 7 car? Yeah, it's looking like a Daniel Suarez thing. This has kind of been the rumor going around that if Justin Haley doesn't make it, that Daniel Suarez would be the replacement. We got a bunch of reporters already saying that Daniel Suarez is the top candidate, so probably Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez has been open in saying that he wants to continue his Cup Series career. Obviously has some sponsorship. He's a multi-time Cup winner. I'm very curious to see how that works. Obviously, that would make the 3 drivers, Hocevar, McDowell, and Suarez. Of course, Suarez and McDowell had that incident in 2019 at Phoenix in practice, but I'm sure they're over it. Yeah, anywho, I think it's Suarez would also be a great addition on the veteran side of things. Having Michael McDowell as a veteran presence already is a big deal, especially when you have a young, talented driver like Hocevar. Adding a second veteran would be a big, big help to that team. And as I said, he's won multiple races in his career. He's coming from a winning organization at Trackhouse. I think it would be a good move if this indeed happens. So Justin Haley, unfortunately, out at Spire Motorsports. Daniel Suarez expected to be the replacement for Justin Haley in the Spire number 7 car. Looks like that's it for NASCAR news. So thanks for watching this video. As I said, it's a big deal. A Cup Series C opening. Feel bad for Justin Haley. Hope he can land on his feet somewhere. And then obviously the 7 car is open, but it seems like the expectation is Daniel Suarez will land in that car. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. We got Talladega. Triple header, round of 8, determining the Final 4 at Talladega. So that's something.